There is a musician by the name of Giacomo Turra who has been blowing up this week. Who is Giacomo Turra? Well, he is an Instagram Reels guitarist, and yeah, that does sound like a slur, and I'm sorry for that. He currently has 730,000 followers on Instagram. He makes a lot of, just a lot of guitar-focused sort of stuff. So what seems to be the problem with Giacomo Turra? Well, recently a YouTuber by the name of Danny Sapko put out a video exposing Giacomo Turra for allegedly, blatantly stealing his solos, stealing the original music that he was riffing on from other smaller creators. Also, to my beloved Italian viewers, if I am mispronouncing Giacomo Turra, I want you to know I do not care. This is one of many examples that Danny Sapko brings up, where on the left side we have a much smaller creator's original composition, and then on the right we have this giant TikTok star's TikTok where played in unison every single note matches up. I have it muted because ironically Guacamole Perez is content claiming any little bit of sound from this piece that he stole from someone else. So I don't want anybody to take the money from this video. I don't think he's manually doing content claims, but he does seem to have those protections in place on material that he blatantly ripped from somebody else. Uncomfortable situation, to be sure, and Giacomo certainly has a lot of crimes to speak for. However, things only got worse from here. Enter famed producer and YouTuber Rick Beato. Now, Rick Beato had Giacomo on his YouTube channel, except the episode never got released. Why is that? Well, in light of this new drama, Rick Beato felt he needed to speak up, and what he had to say was shocking, galling, and made me piss and I'm a journalist. I'm a serious man.
So Giacomo Turra, I had in my studio a few months ago. I had him on because in his Instagram videos, he presents himself as a great player. This is before I figured out from Danny Sapko's video that he had stolen other people's, some friends of mine's, music. When Giacomo came in here, he was coming through town, and when he came in here and played, I realized that he couldn't play well enough to put the video out. And then I was like, oh, well, obviously all his videos were fake, but I knew that they were all play-alongs. I didn't post the video because Giacomo couldn't play well enough to be on my channel. I have standards, and when somebody comes in here and they can't play their own songs, or they can't even play stuff that they've stolen from other people, although I think the thing that he played here was, maybe it was his own tune, I don't know.
So there you have it. Ultimate insult to injury for Giacomo here. Not only are you a shitty person because you steal music, but you're actually not even a good guitarist. That's the accusation anyway. However, I think we might not be seeing the full story here. There's been a lot of talk of, oh, Giacomo can't play, Giacomo's recording his videos slower and speeding them up, he's pre-recording and lip-syncing, I don't know what the guitar version of lip-syncing is, but you know what I'm saying. He's not actually able to play fast. I'd like to analyze a couple Giacomo Babo Yo Gabba Gabba clips and give a guitarist's perspective on this, because avid Sly Boy viewers may have noticed there are guitars back there. Believe it or not, they're actually more than just for show. Allow me to ejaculate some expertise on this situation. All right, let's take a look at this.
1, 2.
Okay, does it look like he's playing every single note there? No, it doesn't. I will yield that point. It really doesn't. However, that's for a specific reason. So that's actually a diatonic over E, which is a pretty rare thing. If I can demonstrate. Right? Okay. So one thing you'll notice about this scale is because of the structuring of it, it looks like you're not playing every note that you're actually playing. It's deceptive in its structure. Shit, oh fuck. Okay, so that's temporal voicing, which is not really super fakeable. The thing I would say to people like Rick Beato and Danny Sapko, who seem to think that he's not actually capable of playing these things, you're gonna have to explain how he would fake temporal voicing like that, because that's not really something, I've never heard of that happening before. If you're going to throw out these really defamatory statements, you need to have some sort of science to back them up with. All right, so we've established at least that Giacomo Turra can play guitar. However, there are a whole host of other accusations being levied his way. So let's take a look at some more of Danny Sapko's video to see what those are about.
The USA company very kindly came forward with evidence for this video and wished to be known only as a small boutique custom guitar builder. So he built Giacomo a guitar worth $2,500 that took 4 months to make, with an agreement that he'd do multiple videos for promotion, which Giacomo accepted, as you can see here. Giacomo did one video and then went quiet, not answering any of the guitar builder's messages. Then the builder stumbled on someone else's post where he recognized his one-of-a-kind guitar. Despite the clear agreement, Giacomo had sold the guitar after one video.
Hey, now that's... Hey, I mean, that's... No, in his defense, that's the business, baby. That's what you do.
But wait, there's more.
The guitar builder was left very upset by this, understandably, but upon realizing that his guitar was gone and there was nothing he could do, he only asked Giacomo to donate some money from the sale of his guitar to a charity event that the builder was involved in called Hungry for Music. Giacomo promised he would donate the money and then never did.
Well, I mean, to be fair, has this charity been vetted? All right? You never know where, you know, some of these things are scams. You know? Just saying, maybe he's still looking into it. Now, it appears Giacomo has deleted his YouTube channel, which had his apology video on it. Not gonna lie, not a great look. However, I'm not here to judge. And there is a re-upload, so let's take a look at that.
This is Giacomo Turra, and I guess this is my first apology video, how you will say. I'm not really good at doing these videos where I talk, but I felt like there was the need to address everything that's been happening in the last couple of days. If you're not aware of it, basically there's this content creator that posted a video on YouTube calling me out for stealing other people's arrangements and basically creating all my audience online by stealing other people's arrangements, from smaller creators to guitar teachers. And this guy already did a video against me some weeks ago saying that I could not play live. And he showed a really bad performance by me at NAMM.
I didn't even see that. Let's take a look at that. Let's see the bad NAMM performance. That seems fine to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm not a great authority in this video because I actually just inherently despise like talented musician music. I hate music that just goes and that's like the whole thing is like, wow, shit, that was so many notes in such an interesting format. Oh, you know what I like? I like simple music. What's a good song? Blessed Be Your Name by One Audio Tree. And so on and so forth.
To be fair, my approach when arranging and playing covers has always been, since I'm self-taught, just go on YouTube and look for a lot of like covers or live versions of the song. Maybe like there was like a cool saxophone cover with a cool lick, and I will just transcribe it and put it together with other stuff.
To be fair, the way I learned to play guitar, I look up YouTube, I see someone play, I just take everything they do, I do it exactly, and then I say it's mine. That's the way I learned to play guitar, that's just me. Which is fair. That's the way he learned to play guitar.
Someone else, since that thing with Jack Gardiner happened, I always been really attentive to credit the artist, but apparently these credits must have not been evident enough, as you will say. I really want to apologize to the guitar community for this kind of behavior, and I will put a link with a Dropbox folder. I don't know, like it feels like I'm justifying myself, and definitely I am, but I just want to put some screenshot of the credits from those videos mentioned by this content creator, and even the messages from the original authors of those arrangements, just to show that for like I was not doing it to scam them or to take advantage of them. Again, I'm really sorry, and I hope that I will be able to do better moving forward.
Well, what can we learn from this? I don't know. This is not the channel for that. I don't even know why I brought that question up. I know what you're all thinking. Oh, fuck. I know what you're all thinking. What's your pedal chain? All right, fine. If you made it this far in the video, I'll oblige you. Okay, currently tuner, Keeley compressor, JHS Morning Glory. This is just like an always-on color box of sorts. This really good TC Electronic gate. Then we go to a box of rock. Box of rock into a rat. Rat into... Well, there was a pitchfork somewhere in this situation which fell off just now. I think that was what was next. A Grober Effects. This is a clone of a CE1, and it's one of the best I've ever come across. Then we got a little Benson preamp. We have a Lele volume pedal, which is the best volume pedal because all other volume pedals are basically like a guitar's pot just in a pedal with a like piece of string controlling the volume, and that like pot wears down, and then you get noise and it breaks and it is generally sucky. This is controlled magnetically, which is insane, and it's fluid, it's perfect, it's smooth, and has never had a hiccup ever. It's amazing. We got the carbon copy delay, and then we have the Nunaber immerse reverb, and that's kind of what's kicking around on the old board at the moment. Yeah.